guys remember how I posted that video about how Monica is the least attractive fictional character of all time? Do you remember that? Who's the most unattractive fictional character? Monica, DDLC. And I'll debate that, by the way. Attraction is not only based on looks. Monica is actually crazy, like legitimately. Anyone who overlooks that is actually delusional. The amount of people in YouTube chat that were simping for Monica from DDLC was insane. You guys want to know what it's like to be a content creator? Let me tell you what it's like to be a content creator. I received a DM on Instagram that says, "Don't hurt my mommy Monica from DDLC. You're going to one mankind hell. You won't escape." And then they tried sending me a .exe file. 99% of people understand that you're like a streamer and you're a person on the screen and you're there for just entertainment, you know, no big deal. But the 1% of people that don't, they basically ruin it for everyone else. Because like the 1% of YouTube commenters, the 1% of DM requests that I get, the 1% of people that just don't understand boundaries and don't understand, how do I say it? Yeah, I guess don't understand boundaries is the best way to say it. It makes me so much less likely to want to engage with anyone that sends me anything. Every single time that I ever message anybody, or I ever respond to anybody, there's always a chance, because I've had this happen to me more times than I care to admit, there's always a chance that they latch onto the fact that I responded, and now they think we have a relationship. Earlier in my streaming days, I would like respond more, and then it just became such a problem that people thought that because like I gave them a tip or a piece of advice on a DM, they're like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna like message him all the time. Or, you know, or it'll just be creepy stuff like, don't mess with my mommy Monica or whatever. That's just like, I don't even know what to think about that. I mean, I know what to think about that, but I don't even know what to say. Not that I'm gonna say anything back to it, but you know what I mean? I think it's cool when streamers point you out. It feels really cool. The Cat Overlord, I'd like to ask you a question. Why does it feel cool? Makes me feel recognized? How do I say this? Guys, I think it's time to go there. Let's do it. Fine. Fine, let's do it. We're going there. We're going there. Here's what I will say. I have subscribed to streamers like, for example, Squeaks before. And when Squeaks has read my name, it does, like, it has in the past been like, whoa, he read my name. Crazy. But recently, now that I'm a streamer myself, I've come to realize streamers don't know who you are. Guys, we're walking a fine line here. We're walking a fine line here. Like, how many names do they read every single day? It's not like a real recognition of you as a person. It's just like they're reading what you've titled yourself. I understand what you're saying, and I'm genuinely saying it. Like, I've also been there. I'm genuinely saying that. Like, caught. I've been there. Caught. But now that I'm more on the other side a little bit and I've thought about it a little bit more, it's just like, you know, the person that's on the screen is just there for your entertainment and that's it. And if they're not entertaining you, then stop watching them because that's what they're there for. Guys, okay, here's what I will say. Let me just stop that right now. I just read a comment. Let me just stop this right now. Guys, if anyone looks up to me, I am a 31-year-old man on the computer right now. I am not the person you should be looking up to, okay? I'm literally just a guy. I'm a guy who can edit short form, can edit clips. That's my whole persona. Is all of my being is encompassed into that one thing. Yeah, you know what I should be saying? I should be saying thank you. Thank you. That's a nice thing for you to say. Maybe I should just take the compliment, guys, you know? I've been streaming for 2.5 years, and I've been really good about setting boundaries for about 5 months. So I feel like I have a lot of debt, a lot of boundary setting debt that I need to catch up on, because again, 99% of people are great, but the 1% really can ruin an experience, or like ruin the streaming experience. That's a good way to say it. The streaming and content experience. Last thing I want to say. I went to a rave with my friend Jameson, and he invited me to this thing. And you know how I said that I'm just trying to say yes to more things more often? I'm trying to get out of my house more often. Does that make sense? I just say yes to things and go be extroverted. We talked about that for a long time. If I have a video on my channel that's actually one of my best performing videos on my new channel called If You're an Introvert but Want to Be an Extrovert, watch this video. I'm trying to say yes to more things because that's the advice that I gave you guys, and if I didn't do my own fucking advice, then what am I to say the advice to you? So I said yes to this, to go to a rave. I didn't even look into it. He invited me to it. I didn't even look into it and just said yes and then went. And I went to his house beforehand to kind of pregame. I mean, we were drinking water and talking, but that was, you know, that's what pregaming is like when you're 31 years old, guys. And eventually he kept asking me, oh, so like, I'm so, you know, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Do you like Broadway music? Do you like musicals? And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, do you like musicals? And eventually I pieced together that the place we were going to was called a Broadway rave. And I showed up and I realized that it was a stage. It was kind of like karaoke, but no one was singing. But it was like karaoke in the sense that they only played Broadway musicals music. And instead of getting on stage and singing, people would get on stage and just act out the musical. I had no clue. I had literally no clue that's what I was going to. A song would come on, like a Broadway musical song would come on, and there'd be like people in the back doing this. Like, they'd be like dancing like that, and then there'd be like one guy really getting into character. Like, they would be acting out the scene. So like everyone would be dancing around them, and then you just have one guy that's just doing this, like getting really dramatic into character. Playing the dramatic person. Whatever person in the musical is like being dramatic, like there would just be 7 people dancing around one guy who's just like really locked in, getting emotional into character or whatever. So anyway, I stayed there for like 2 hours, and I went on stage, and most of the songs, 95% of the songs I had never heard of at all. I'd never heard them at all. And I don't know if you guys know musical songs or Broadway songs, but you can't dance to them if you don't know them, because there's so much stopping and starting. Like Alexander Hamilton, you know, you'll be like getting in a groove, like you'll be getting in a groove and dancing, and then all of a sudden the music will just stop while like they go, yeah, and I'm Alexander Hamilton. And I gotta get out there and make my dreams come true. And the song just stops. So like, this is what it looked like. Well, I was on stage last night. This is what it looked like. I was like, how was I supposed to know when the song stopped and started? I have no idea. It's the hardest music ever to dance to if you don't know it. Luckily, there was only like 50 people there. 60 or 70. You know what I've been listening to a lot of recently? This is probably gonna piss a lot of you guys off. I've been listening to a lot of country recently. I've been getting back into a country kick, but can you blame me? I live in Texas. Can you blame me? And you know, okay, before you jump on the hype train of, oh, countries, I hate country and it sucks. Okay, that's the popular opinion. So just know you're in the majority. You're in the majority and you have that leverage over me. So you're basically punching down. A little bit of Luke Combs, a little bit of when it rains, it pours. If I hear one person talk something bad about country, I'm pulling up that karaoke and doing it right now. County sucks. Guys, is country called country in different countries? Write that one down. Like, if you live in Finland, let's say, for example, does country music even mean country music to you? Country music is ass, not gonna lie. I hope you're happy being over there in the majority. I hope it's great. What's the stupid song that just came out about a guy fishing and he's like climb tree? Oh my god. Fish, hunt, golf, drink?
Wake up, coffee, camo, climb tree.
Wake up, coffee, camo, climb tree. Why does this sound like Kevin Malone from The Office during that one opening bit where he's trying to take out every other word in his sentence? First off, I think that song is a meme. I think the purpose of that song is to be a meme. Second off, that's not the kind of country that I've been listening to. This song is getting so much hate that the artist is replying to the comments saying, sorry, I like to have fun and I'm real country. There's no way Luke Bryan is real country. What's the meaning of life? I don't think there's anything special about us humans being alive. I don't. I think over the course of evolution, we've convinced ourselves that we are special because we have consciousness, but we're not. Now, what is consciousness? How does consciousness work? I have no clue. Is there a possibility that there is some creator of the universe and deliberately gave us consciousness? Yes. But I don't know. I wish I did. You know, here's what I will say. I'm envious of people that wholeheartedly 100% believe in a religion, because how freeing would that be? Seriously, how freeing would that be? To wholeheartedly believe that when you die, there's going to be an afterlife, and we're here for a reason, and we're special, and you 100% believe that? God, I would love that. The meaning of life is to hit that subscribe button and click the bell and smash that like button. Okay, let me change your comment. The meaning of life is to hit that subscribe button only if you're planning on ringing that bell, but otherwise, unsubscribe is the meaning of life. Last thing I'll say. One argument that really pisses me off is when someone says, would you lie about what you believe in to save your life? And I watched somebody that's a lot smarter than me talk about this, and I agree with what they said. They basically said, you can't lie about believing in something. You can say you don't believe in it, but it doesn't mean you don't believe in it. The argument they gave was, if I said this phone is not actually in my hand right now, and it doesn't actually exist, this phone doesn't exist, it's not actually here, I'm not holding up anything right now. If somebody put a gun to your head and said, do you believe there's no phone in his hand right now? And they were gonna kill you if you said yes. Of course you would lie and say no. Verbally you would lie and say no. But if they hooked up something to your brain, they could detect whether or not you were telling the truth, like 100% accuracy. If you actually believed there was no phone in my hand, you couldn't You can't convince yourself to not believe in something you don't believe in. You know what I mean? Or if you can, it just takes a long time. Obviously, people can change their beliefs. It happens to me. It's happened to me so many times in the last 5 years alone, right? But something that you truly believe is actually 100% real is you can't lie about that. Like in your head, you can't lie about that. Yeah, that phone isn't real. Mods. He can say it, but he doesn't actually mean it. Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. You can lie that you don't believe in it. You can't convince your own mind that you genuinely don't believe it. You still know deep down that you believe in the thing you're saying you're not believing in, if your life is on the line. Would you verbally lie then? If to save my life? Yes. Like, I've thought about this. Would I verbally lie to save my life? Yes. Would I do malicious actions to save my life? No. My only belief in North Star is wake up, coffee, camo, climb tree.
Climb tree.
Guys, no joke. My dream stream of all time is just turning on Go Live and that we just literally just sit here and talk the entire stream. That is my dream stream. Or like I have Celeste open and we play Celeste. Last thing I'll say, I swear to God. You know what's crazy? One thing that I want you guys to know about me is that I never check the viewers during the stream because I'd rather just like do what I want to do and then it doesn't matter. But I do look at like whatever the average viewers were after the stream because I think it's important to be like, oh, people tuned in for this and then people didn't tune in for that. You know, that's like not a smart thing to do, but it's good. I want to know what you guys genuinely want to see, right? And typically for the most part, the peak viewership is when we're just sitting here talking. And then after I start playing the game, the viewership goes down like literally every single time, which blows my mind. Like that actually blows my mind. You know, honestly though, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Honestly, thank you. Although you're not saying anything with your actions, you are kind of complimenting the stream in that way. And I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I appreciate just being able to just talk. I think it's fun. I think it's my favorite part about streaming, honestly. Like if I have Celeste open and you guys are like just dishing me out interesting things to talk about and like I'm literally not even paying attention to the game and we're just talking the entire time, love that. Love those streams. Favorite thing ever.